here you go. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Conscious Child with Spring Rayne.
And Sedona Star.
Sedona Star, our special guest today, as well as Margo Flanagan.
Hi.
And her son, Ronan.
Hi.
Hi. So we welcome Margo and Ronan here today. We decided to change it up and actually have some kids on the show this time, which is what this show is all about. It's all about how we can help the kids, and it's even better when other kids can tell other kids how to help themselves. I thought, and we thought so, huh? Okay.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah. So I'm going to read a little bit about Miss Margo's bio and what she does. And she's a lot like me, except for, we're on a different kind of scientist part. So we're very similar in what we do, but in different fields. It's really awesome that other people are mixing the two together like we are.
Yes, it is, for sure.
Yeah, it's needed big time. So Miss Margo is a scientist. Her expertise lies in all aspects of laboratory medicine, complex biological processes, immune system components, and how they all relate to the prevention, pathogenesis, and progression of disease. She's augmented a BS in clinical laboratory science, a 25 career in health care with dual masters in integrative health focused on holistic health and wellness and complementary and alternative medicine. Thinking this is an extreme sport, she intends to use a creatively analytical problem-solving abilities to promote the care of health and prevention of diseases outside the confines of the modern healthcare system. A significant issue in bringing a new and alternative therapies into practice is time. Yes, it is definitely time. While there is an absolute wealth of scientific evidence and research on natural medicine and new alternative therapies, it takes on an average of 17 years for all this information to be used in a clinical practice. So she is a leader for sure. She's working for her progressive healthcare organization. Hardwiring excellence was embedded into the workplace culture. She gained extensive leadership experience, lean training, and insight on hospital operations, and excelled at employee engagements and productivity. It became clear during her years working in healthcare how difficult it is to create positive changes. Modern healthcare systems are set up to take care of acutely sick patients and manage chronic health conditions with licensed practitioners. Pharmaceuticals, laboratory tests, imaging, and surgery utilizing health insurance tiers for the payment services. Oh yes, don't even get me started, girl. They're not all set up to provide holistic health. One day they will be very soon. Nor
We hope
equipped.
so.
I'm working on it. Nor equipped to deal with matters of human heart and soul. She went looking for something more in depth and joined the radical well-being movement led by Deepak Chopra and Danielle Posa. She launched herself into learning about the soul of leadership, and it's her desire to create more leaders, not followers. She is also, like I, a mystic, an empath, a believer in God. Her life is governed by the 12 universal laws, a higher state of consciousness and energy, synchronicity, and events too coincidental to be considered random occurrences. Amen, sister. It is my intent to share these stories it is her intent to share these stories with the world as means to inspire, uplift, and unite. Using powerful gifts of empathy and ability to engage deeply into the world, it's her desire to improve the quality of life for those living with chronic pain on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Margo. Yay.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you and be here and talk about all things holistic and how they can help us.
Yes, I do mine a little different. I use the Zyto technology. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I am.
Yeah, so I use Zyto, and I also use a Rife machine, a Rife technology.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's actually old. It was squashed. It was created by Royal Rife. He standing up there, disappeared. He created the micron microscope, and they patented that, but they squashed this machine. He created the micron microscope so he could see the results that his healing machine was doing. Of course, Big Pharma didn't want that part, so they squashed that and created just the micron microscope. But so a lot of doctors and scientists have since got together over the years. It's been out for probably 20-something years, probably as long as Zyto, maybe even longer for all I know. And it's doing amazing healing. It's frequency healing. It's
Frequency.
like Reiki in a box in a way.
The energy and the medicine that you can't see.
Yep.
The energy of the body is something that is so tangible.
Yes, and it doesn't diagnose. It does give you a bunch of things in a different frequency category, which it could be. And that's where my mystic part comes in, where I get with the person's angels and I do like a muscle test with just connecting with them and circle certain things in the categories. And then we go from there and test.
Ah, oh,
So
I have a friend to introduce you to.
it's really fun. It's interesting. And the, blood tests or whatever tests they get done at the doctors, usually almost 90% of the time match up, and they want to know where the heck they even found that information. Don't you wish you had one? You could. It could be yours too for really inexpensive. But yeah, it's one of the amazing things I've had in my practice. I can even test through DNA samples, just by spitting on a little slide. And yeah, just a simple DNA sample. We've been helping heal all kinds of amazing things. So, but tell us about what you do and how your science builds in with what you do.
I spent my 25 years in healthcare trying to find the scientific reasons for the gifts that are there, that are known by highly sensitive people, that are known by empaths, that are known by Reiki masters. And I became familiar with heart math and the energy of the human heart, which extends about 6 feet off the body, and its impact on things became interesting. One of the other things I studied at length was actually autoimmune disease and chronic disease, because the modern healthcare system tells you that you have a chronic disease and there's no cure. And I don't believe that. I believe that with education and holistic health and things that are outside the modern healthcare system, we can impact that.
Absolutely.
I went wholeheartedly at pain because I spent close to 10 years in and out of different doctor's visits trying to diagnose chronic pain that I had, and not being able to have any answers. They would run lots of lab tests and the lab tests come up negative.
Yep. Welcome to being an empath.
Yes. And it became known to me that women spend 2 to 5 years on average going from doctor to doctor to doctor to figure out what's wrong with them. And the tests all come back negative.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor says, we're done with you, or if they don't know, they then tell you, well, maybe it's in your head.
Yep.
And and that really bothered me, because if it is in the head, how do I heal it? Just because it's in the head, like they think that the head is separate, and
it's not. It's the whole body.
It's the whole body. You are correct.
It's the whole body, and your gut is your second brain.
Yes, it is.
And those two are connected. And when that one's destroyed or just full of toxins, this brain doesn't want to work properly, and it sends signals to the other part of your body that are.
Yes, it does. I explain to people that 80% of their digestive system makes up their lymphatic immune system.
Yes, sure does.
And it also produces serotonin for the body. Mm-hmm. So if it's not working well, it can affect your anxiety, your depression, your mood. And there are ways holistically to counteract that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. A happy event will take place in your home, and he sent that for all of us, so we all get a nice blessing. Thank you.
Yes. So in spending all this time trying to get an answer for why I was in so much pain, I recall standing in the office upset and telling my doctor, I can't live like this. So she gave me a big prescription for an opioid.
Oh
Here you
boy.
go. And this was years ago when the doctors were told to just give the opioids.
Oh yeah, and they got yeah.
And they don't heal the pain, they mask the pain.
Mm-hmm.
So in continuing to research what was causing the pain, I realized it was lactose intolerance, which seems like such a minor thing to cause so many problems.
Yes,
The inflammation.
Yeah,
And
we don't do dairy.
no dairy.
We don't do dairy.
Don't do dairy. And
I love dairy.
Ice
I
cream is
know,
the
I love
best.
it.
Ice cream is the best.
Make some
And-
real yummy vegan ice creams.
Ice cream. I've had some great ice cream too. Some yeah, Sedona knows.
Yeah, we have our own cooking show, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We have our own cooking show where we do everything gluten-free, dairy, and vegan. So that way people with lactose intolerance and things like that can all enjoy our food. They can learn to make it themselves. Awesome. So these kids are getting impatient. They
Want to
want
get the kids on? Let's talk about the kids.
Woohoo! Yay! I call starting first.
You want to start first? Can I give a little bit of background on you, Ronan?
Go for it.
All
Introduce
right.
yourself, young man.
Ronan, this is my little gifted child who
Can talk to his third eye.
oh yes. So Ronan started meditation before Ronan even remembered starting meditation.
Her too.
And when I was pregnant with Ronan, I actually meditated for hours through the entire pregnancy and had created a specific musical playlist. And through this playlist, like it goes into the womb. He came out knowing the music that I played the entire time I meditated, and we would put the music on and he'd go right to sleep.
Mhm.
So it was calming for him to do that through the pregnancy. And I strongly felt that calm mom meant a calm baby.
Mhm.
And that if I was anxious and nervous through the pregnancy and creating all those biological, hormones and chemicals in the body that the body produces in regards to stress, that it's not good for my baby.
Yeah.
And the body's already stressed enough when you're growing another human being.
Oh my God.
Says about me.
Yes. So when he came out, I was pretty full on into living a holistic life and label reading and removing chemicals from our house. But the meditation for him was clutch, because it taught him to be calm before he knew how to be calm. And I was calm. So it became a nightly routine for the two of us to do this. So Ronan has a lot to say about his. So tell them what do you do every night?
Every night I listen to some music not really often, but I listen to some Peloton music by Anna Greenberg.
Nice.
And also I want to say something weird that happens every single night. And it's like me and this person have a connection to each other every night, because every single night when she starts leaving and I'm like actually asleep, I wake up and saying, "Don't leave," and I actually don't feel anything. It's just like a brain tingles, just
Mom's
send
leaving.
into mom saying that she's leaving.
And I've told he does that. He's asleep. And then when I walk out of the room, I finish the meditation and I leave the room, and he knows. He comes out of his sleep.
Mhm.
So I've had to tell him, like, it's okay, you're safe, it's all right. Just
She
to
was a
stay.
baby. I couldn't let her. She had to sleep in my bed because it
Mhm.
sleep in the room by herself.
Sleep's important for everybody.
Yep. So yeah, I can relate. And she still does that now. I've gotten better with my invisible cloak. Anyway, hey, chill out. All right. So what else do you do, Mr. Ronan?
I love to do science and I love to draw. Is it okay if I show a couple of my drawings?
You'll have to ask Spring.
Yes, go for it.
Okay.
It's gonna go get some. All right, you're gonna have to change chairs.
No, Mom.
Go pick out your.
Yep. Sedona's favorite is drawing and science as well.
Really? The two have a lot in common.
Yes. So today we have no online school. So today's the at home school, or no virtual school. So just the rest of our assignments. We don't have the board and our teacher. So she begged me for a science project today. And so first I let her watch Emily's Science Lab for a couple episodes on Netflix. And then she did her little
Was it Emily Science?
Emily's Science Lab. It's gonna be your new favorite thing over there.
Emily Science. We have listened to Mystery Dog.
Switch seats.
Emily Science.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, so here's one of my drawings. This character's name is Ember. I've gotten a lot of detail on him.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Nice.
Nice. Very cool. You're getting really good with your drawings.
This isn't really a drawing, but this is a painting that I did.
Ooh, it's gotta put it by my face.
Eh,
Gotta put it right by my face.
Ooh,
Here.
look at that.
Nice.
Nice. Happy.
Easter?
Yeah, happy.
It's hard to play with.
Happy Easter.
One more thing I want to bring that I found that I was able to make on a computer.
Our creative kids. All right, so can you
Creative.
a little bit of
We
something?
did make a volcano.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was an amazing eruption. You can go and see that at Egyptian Gamers channel.
That's him.
Yeah.
He is
my
the
YouTube
Egyptian
channel.
gamer
I am the gamer. And I also made this.
online.
Very cool. So a lot of these kids like our kids in our art class are starting to do some paintings that they're gonna, our teachers learning how to put them in NFTs.
Say what?
NFTs, which is I don't really know much about it. So there's some people out there that might know what that is, but it's digital art.
Digital art.
I love digital art.
It's sold like
Hard. It's hard.
sold like stocks or like it's crazy. There's you have to check in.
Also, I found out this like app called Auto Draw that actually so you draw anything on your computer that you're not really good at drawing, and then it actually guesses your images, and then you can scroll down and click on one of the images if you like it, and then it turns your awful picture into an amazing picture.
Oh, I need that.
Takes your awful picture and turns it into an amazing
free.
picture.
Okay, why don't you plug whoever that is real quick?
I could share screen.
No,
it.
no,
No,
it's
not
okay.
yet. It's okay. Who is
That's
it
okay.
called?
What was
What-
that?
What is the name of that? Is it an app or?
It's actually it's a software that you don't have to download. You can just find it on your computer and search up Auto Draw, and then
Okay,
anything.
I'll have your mom share that with me.
Auto draw.
Okay, so Miss Sedona, what do you
Yes.
what do you do at night?
And what I do at night is I listen to like this meditation at night. It's called Kari's Conscious Living, and I listen. She has like a bunch of other.
They're fun stories.
Yeah, they're very fun stories.
Meditation
She has like
stories.
horses.
What's it
cats,
called again, Sedona?
Kari's Conscious Living.
It's spelled CORY, Conscious Living. It is on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
And then they have ones about guinea pigs and all kinds of different stuff. It's adorable.
Yeah,
I don't make it very long if I'm in her room because that lady's voice puts me to sleep really quick. And I get after I put her to bed, I'm like, oh, I can only be in here for a minute because she literally will put me out. So when she does finally go out, she's a lot harder sleeper since we moved to Colorado. She still feels me leave the room, but not like she did when we lived in Florida. That connection was like really like intense. She did not want me to leave that room. But now when she's done, when she goes to sleep,
he walks in my room.
I
like puts music on.
I put on 528 hertz.
Okay.
For cellular.
Love, is that the love?
Yeah, the love vibration.
Okay. The love vibration.
For cellular repair and healing and such. So it's like a 9-hour one. So
it goes all night.
Yeah, so I drop that one on, and then she'll have that all night long, at least while she's sleeping.
This guy doesn't know it, but he's had binaural beats.
Oh yeah,
binaural beats. He's had his exposure to music and the frequencies of music. He's going, like, I was a self-taught piano player, and for me, frequency, I know the frequency of the different sounds, and like all the way through the 528. Do they call them the God tones? I think there's a name for all the different frequencies and what they do at different levels according to your chakras.
Yep.
And I've been studying that recently, and I'm like, you can tell the difference between people like music and touched by music. And I am exposing this one to all of it because you love music, don't you? Mm-hmm.
Tuning, she does too. And we use tuning forks, and they are all at a different frequency for different parts of the body. So that's the same certain ones that you would use to tune an instrument, you're using also to tune your body. And it's all, and it's sound. It's like a sound frequency. So we do that. We have our crystal bowls. We have all kinds of music. We have an actual like a music setup downstairs with turntables and electronic, digital ones with drums, and then we have tuning forks and sound bowls and all kinds of fun stuff.
The tuning forks I find interesting, how they pick up.
Wait, hold on. I have a good instrument.
What? You're gonna get the
no,
just the drum.
That.
The drum.
No, hold on.
Hold on.
Something else. It's something else.
Not your violin.
No, it's not that.
Okay. Smaller than a violin.
That shows with special kids, that's why when we have our virtual school, they're allowed to get up and go as long as the teacher says it's okay, they're allowed to get up and go run around because it's just too much for them to stay.
The stimulation I've noticed is different. They're picking up on all the energy of everyone else in the room. They are more fidgety, and more restless.
Yeah. So even if it's on the computer, still same thing. It doesn't matter if it does help that they're a little bit more spaced out, but yeah, she listens to it. So on Monday mornings with our school, we do like we do like a oracle card. Excuse me, oracle card.
Switch chairs.
Try this one for now, please. You can show them the Kalimba.
We try not to do
on
meditation Monday morning because the kids need to be waking up.
This is called the Kalimba.
Oh.
Have you seen or heard of a Kalimba?
I don't think so.
So this we're fascinated by ancient history and the things they
are
taught.
too.
Oh, look at that. And he has been fascinated by the oud. Have you heard of an oud?
No. Oh, I've seen that though. I know what that is. I just didn't know that was the name of it.
This one's a Kalimba, but an oud has that. You just play?
No, I need. You keep on talking.
Okay,
Can you show us what it is?
So can you show it and then explain what you're doing?
So,
whoops.
this is the Kalimba.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can make some beautiful sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna start plucking them.
See, I've always done mine with fingers. Yeah.
This was out of tune.
So all these
Fully out
different-
of tune.
these are all different things that we can do to keep our kids when they're feeling out of tune.
Yes.
Instruments or piano, or we're packing a lot of our stuff up right now, but we have not the space drum, but it's like a little hand drum with little, it's kind of like an inverted steel drum, so it's poofed out instead of inverted.
Okay.
We call them space drums, but this one's tiny, or they call them hand pan drums.
Well, we have one.
Yeah,
What's the
so this one, we have a tiny one. And so we get that out. We just let her go to town. We have feng shui bells. Music's very important for these.
Feng shui bells.
Yeah,
Music, I music wholeheartedly.
it's very
Yes.
important for these to ground them because, and music is also science and math,
Ronan,
right?
they're,
Is math.
Find the drumsticks.
they're right there. Okay. We have ourselves a space drum as well.
Cool.
And this space drum was a birthday gift. One of these.
Okay, yeah. We have a smaller one. We have a tiny little one. No, we packed it up. We packed it up.
Dang it.
Okay, so yeah, we try to keep more instruments out, but like I said, right now we're packing them all up. She's like, she was trying to go get it. I'm like, I already packed it. Sorry.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna play.
So yeah, all these different things are things that the kids can do to really calm their energies and help keep them grounded, and especially when they're so excited about everything all the time, right?
Breathing is important as well. So how do we do our breathing?
How do you do your breathing?
Breathe in and breathe out. It's pretty easy. It's how everyone breathes. This is the only way to breathe.
The only way to breathe?
This is the only way to
Show them
breathe.
what you do when we're all worked up. What do we say? We say, take a deep breath. You're still being recorded. Yeah.
Rock it.
Good
Rock
workout.
it.
I'm gonna send them out.
Like I said, we're good. We just have a couple more minutes anyway. But we just wanted everyone to see from a kid's point of view what different things that the kids can do and these awesome talents that these kids have, and what kind of things we can do to keep these awesome talents going, And those of you who have a unique child such as ours, most of our kids are all unique, but when it comes to these special gifts sometimes that are, we'll say, beyond what we're taught normal school.
Beyond incredible.
Beyond incredible.
Yeah.
What do you think is
Also, one thing I know about myself, smarter than the other kids in my class.
well?
Well, like every single kid, I get like the math question right every single day.
Well, it's usually because we're using all of our senses, and the other kids just aren't taught how to use their senses, and that's why I do what I do to help other kids do that.
Mhm.
Because every kid has these abilities, but they're just not taught how to tap into it.
So when we talked, what she's talking about is when your third eye talks to you.
Last time I ignored that, I had a bad thing coming.
Yeah, me too.
And
I'm gonna say it.
Sorry.
no,
I went to the principal's office because of that.
uh-oh.
I had a few of those days myself, Ronan.
What happened?
I got
I had a
so
few of those
mad.
days myself, hence why I opened a school.
What happened?
I know, that's what he said. He said, my third eye told me that I was gonna have a bad day. So Ronan and I talk about that as intuition, for children to understand that those feelings and thoughts that they get, sometimes they should pay attention to them and be aware. And I think that people get caught up in kids are just kids, and that they don't have these abilities. And I I especially think with children that are empaths.
Oh yeah, you definitely have them.
And when they're empathic and they're children, they need a different kind of guidance.
Yes,
Do
definitely.
trees pose for an example?
Yes, tree pose definitely helps for sure. Yeah, when Sedona was in pre-K, she would tell them, she's like, I have a headache. And they're like, what's wrong? And she's like, my superpowers are just growing. You know, and they would laugh and tell me, and they would laugh. I'm like, she's not kidding. And they're like, oh, I'm like, just pay attention. She's not kidding. And then the teacher, then she would go up and like do healing on the teachers for certain things, or just take their salves away, or do something, and would go up to them and tell them, you know, it's okay. You used to go up to Miss Candy and say, you know, what's wrong, Miss Candy? What's going on? And
I can't ever remember that.
yeah, and she
It's a
would,
tiny
and she goes, I feel some sads in your heart. Let me pull that out for you. And the teacher would just, she would just yank it right out of their heart, and they would start crying. I'm like, and they're like, she did something. I'm like, I know. Like,
do
just trying to
say,
tell you, we know.
I just began hypnosis certification, and
I got good
I'll also be
massage
getting
skills. I got good
Reiki
massage
1 and 2 from the same woman. You do
Nice.
massage, and Reiki is really great for kids to learn. They can pick up on it easy.
We did. We taught it in our summer camp. The first time when I opened the school, I opened it as a summer virtual camp. So we taught through Reiki 2 because we had it 3 months long. So I taught them Reiki 1 and then all the way through Reiki 2, and then we did 2 attunements for them. So they definitely had, and they're still using that in the schools now. All right, guys. So it's 333 here, which is 533 there, which is a good number to end our time on. So Miss Margo, would you like to tell us where we can find your information?
You can find all my information at margomagiccreations.com. And we'll be, Ronan and I will be soon, Ronan's face may be on the website, but on the website, you're going to find a lot of information on lotions and salves that heal.
Yeah, they're awesome stuff. Yes.
Yes.
Yay. So any kind of all right.
I know.
Like I said, we knew it was gonna be different with kids today. Always do.
You have to deal with me and feed me for the rest of your life.
Yes, well, I'm not going to feed you for the rest of the life. You can take care of that. Thank you very much.
The more you rush to be a teenager, the more you'll be on your own for that one.
I know. Great.
But good thing they have a
Say
good
thank you for having us on.
Thank you for having
Yes,
us
thank you.
on.
You are
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Thank you for being with us,
Bye,
and
Spring Rain.
maybe we'll meet up in summer in
Goodbye.
Florida one day again. So that would be cool.
Here we go.
All right.
I'm heading to Florida next week.
Here you go.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone for joining us. Bye.